Okay, there's another one he did where he was giving a lecture on how remote viewing works and how entrainment and other things.
Real quick, do you want to give like a 2 second, 5 second summary about like remote viewing and how you said you took a piece of your consciousness, but then do you have to use numbers or do you just give in that sequence? Do you have to use like parallels and different longitude and latitude? Because that's what I thought it was.
That's how it started. They were testing psychics to see if they could describe a distant location. So they did a map and they'd go like latitude 1473, longitude 28, or whatever, and that was a place on a map. And that happened to be a lake next to a mountain. The remote viewer said, I see a lake and there's a mountain. And they go, they could check it out. And the skeptics were saying, well, maybe these psychics have memorized every latitude and longitude. They can just go, okay, I know that's in Canada. And so what they realized was that they could mix up the numbers. They could randomize the numbers, and the remote viewers could still do it. It wasn't intent.
Just this is not localized, so it's the
Yeah.
intention. That's what's amazing about it.
I could use a musical ditty as a viewing target. Like if I looked at the target and I played, is that this target is, and if I played that for a remote viewer, they could use that as a target too.
Basically, if you do this practice initiation, it's like karate. You're learning a skill, right? You're getting your body and everything trained, and then it becomes like second nature. And then when you're trying to learn something new, it almost just knows what to do because it's already following that kind of sequence and protocol. And then it's like just makes that association that it knows how to do it. So can't we apply this is like Neo. Can we apply this technique to like everything? Like there's got to be some sort of ritual that you can do that then like once you learn the process, it can replicate each process that's similar.
What happened is after years of doing the protocol of the survey time, it opens up a communication pathway so you don't need to do the ritual anymore. I'm getting to the point where I can remote view by just, okay, what is it?
That's the thing that's on.
Things come to me and they just occur. It opens the pathway.
So that learning process that you went through, I feel like in this new energy, instead of having to go through those typical rituals and learnings and everything else, there'll be a ritual or a lesson, or we'll get to a point where we passed our lessons and then they'll just be almost instant versus like having to hone it because that's what stopped me from taking a remote viewing class is I have no spatial awareness. Like I can never tell it's just the way I am. So when I saw latitude and longitude, I'm like, I'm not going to math. I'm not going to that. But now that you're saying it's if you follow this almost ritual, then it almost programs your avatar to be able to do these things, like to step out of its box of a mind.
I just went to Korea. My wife is Korean, and we went there to visit and do some other things. And so there's a Korean YouTuber that is really interested in consciousness and remote viewing and UFOs stuff. So I have done a program with him. So he said, "Will you teach a class?" I said, I can't teach it remote viewing in one day, but I'll do an introductory lecture. So I took some targets, said that's a target ID. That is a Korean letter. Yeah, I don't really read Korean. Nine, and another Korean letter, and say my wife helped me do this. And that was so I gave them just an introductory. I said, close your eyes, look up at an angle, focus about when you read a book and write that target ID. And then open your eyes, and when I said go, then close your eyes and look for 2 seconds. Go, stop, draw what you saw. And the target was a wave, this perfect wave called pipeline.
The pipeline when you're surfing and you can.
This Korean woman drew a perfect spiral. She drew the wave perfectly. Another guy drew something like this. He said it's right on top. So then I gave them a target that was the tallest building in Seoul, Korea called Lotte Tower. And they drew long salient lines. And I gave them a crop circle. And they drew a circle with circles within it.
Like the most advanced you've seen? Are they like that good? Or
There's something called the first timers effect.
it's like that beginner's luck, they call it. Because you're not thinking so hard.
Story.
Because thinking is what gets you in trouble.
Training for 6 months. The Hawaii Remote Viewers Guild, that's the people that trained with Glenn. He bought a roulette wheel
Roulette 15 and 30. Yep.
in his house. And he took Monopoly game pieces like house, shoe, car, And so